Has one ever found themselves in the middle of an argument with a partner, and suddenly it feels like déjà vu? Like they've had this exact same fight, with the same words, the same frustrations, countless times before? It's a common experience, this feeling of being stuck in a loop of repetitive conflicts. But why does this happen? Why do we keep arguing about the same things, even when we desperately want a different outcome? Introducing the guides. Freud and Jung. Today, this video will explore the hidden reasons behind these recurring arguments, guided by two giants of psychology, Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. While their ideas are complex, they offer powerful insights into the invisible forces that drive our conflicts. By understanding their theories, one can begin to unravel these patterns and find new ways to connect. Freud's view. The unconscious roots of conflict. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed that much of what drives our behavior, especially in relationships, lies deep within our unconscious mind. Think of it like an iceberg. Only a small part is visible, while the vast majority is hidden beneath the surface. Our hidden desires, fears, and unresolved issues from the past can heavily influence our current relationships and how we fight. Freud also taught us about defense mechanisms, unconscious tricks our mind plays to protect us from uncomfortable thoughts or feelings. While they offer temporary relief, they can really mess up communication in arguments. Let's look at some common ones that pop up in arguments. Projection. This is when one unconsciously blames their partner for feelings or thoughts that are actually their own. Example. Someone feeling insecure about their own loyalty might accuse their partner of flirting too much, projecting their own insecurity onto them. Rationalization. This involves making up logical-sounding excuses for actions or feelings that are actually irrational. Example. A person who avoids a difficult conversation might rationalize it by saying, "It wouldn't have made a difference anyway," to avoid facing their fear of conflict. Displacement. This happens when one takes out their anger or frustration from one source, like a bad day at work, on a safer target, usually their partner. Example. Someone stressed by their boss comes home and snaps at their partner for a minor issue, like leaving a light on. Denial. Simply refusing to accept a painful reality or problem in the relationship. Example. One partner might deny the severity of a recurring problem, like financial issues, despite clear evidence. These defense mechanisms distort reality and prevent honest communication, making it incredibly hard to resolve conflicts. It's like trying to solve a puzzle when half the pieces are invisible. Freud also noted that all close relationships naturally contain ambivalent feelings, a mix of love and, surprisingly, some unconscious negative or even hateful feelings. This doesn't mean love isn't real. It just means human emotions are complex. When these negative feelings surface, especially during arguments, they can make conflicts feel more intense and personal than they might actually be. Jung's view. Inner battles played out. Carl Jung, a student of Freud who later developed his own unique theories, believed that conflicts, even arguments with others, are often external reflections of our inner conflicts. He called this the tension of opposites. Jung saw conflict not just as a problem, but as a crucial opportunity for individuation, a lifelong journey of becoming one's true whole self. A key player in these inner battles is the shadow archetype. This is the part of us that holds all the traits, desires, and feelings we've repressed or don't want to acknowledge, both negative, like anger or selfishness, and even positive ones we've suppressed, like creativity or empathy. When we don't acknowledge our shadow, we often project it onto our partners. This means we see our own unaccepted flaws in them, leading to misunderstandings and arguments. Example, if one secretly struggles with being controlling, they might constantly accuse their partner of trying to control them, when it's actually their own unacknowledged trait being projected. Jung also talked about the Anima, the unconscious feminine side in men, and Animus, the unconscious masculine side in women. When these inner figures are out of balance or unintegrated, they can lead to unrealistic expectations and distorted perceptions of partners. Example, a man disconnected from his nurturing side, Anima, might expect his partner to be overly emotional and nurturing, then criticize her for being too sensitive, reflecting his own repressed feelings. Example, a woman who hasn't embraced her inner strength, Animus, might rely on her partner to make all decisions, then resent him for being controlling, projecting her own need for assertiveness. These projections turn arguments into a battle against an illusion, making it impossible to resolve the real issues. Connecting the dots. Why the same fights repeat? So, how do Freud and Jung help us understand why we keep having the same arguments? Freud's perspective shows us that our early experiences create a love map or blueprint for relationships. We might unconsciously seek partners who remind us of early caregivers, even if those dynamics were problematic. When old, unresolved issues from childhood resurface, they can trigger familiar patterns of conflict. Our defense mechanisms then kick in, making it hard to see the real problem or communicate effectively. Jung's perspective adds that our unacknowledged inner parts, our shadow, anima, and animus, are constantly being projected onto our partners. When these projections collide, arguments become less about the actual issue and more about our internal struggles being played out externally. The tension of opposites in our psyche creates the tension in the relationship. Essentially, repetitive arguments are often a signal. They're telling us that something deeper, often unconscious, needs attention, either from our past or from parts of ourselves we haven't fully accepted. Practical steps. Breaking the cycle, understanding these theories is the first step. Now let's talk about how to break free from those frustrating argument loops. Become a detective of your past. Freud. Reflect on your childhood relationships. Are there patterns or feelings that seem to repeat in your adult conflicts? Journaling can be a powerful tool here. Spot your defense mechanisms. Freud. During or after an argument, ask yourself, was I denying something? Was I blaming my partner for something I feel myself? Projection. Was I making excuses? Rationalization. Recognizing these shields is crucial. Embrace your shadow. Jung. What qualities in your partner irritate you the most? Could they be reflections of parts of yourself you don't like or have suppressed? Accepting your shadow reduces the need to project it. Integrate your inner opposites. Jung. For men, explore your emotional nurturing side, Anima. For women, connect with your assertive, logical side, Animus. The more balanced you are internally, the less you'll project unrealistic expectations onto your partner. Hold the tension. Jung. Instead of rushing to win an argument or escape discomfort, try to sit with the tension. This allows for deeper insights to emerge, leading to a more genuine resolution. Communicate consciously. Once you've done some inner work, approach your partner with I statements. Instead of "you always do X," try "I feel Y when Z happens." This fosters understanding, not blame. Seek professional help. If patterns are deeply ingrained, a therapist specializing in psychodynamic or Jungian approaches can provide invaluable guidance in exploring the unconscious roots of conflict. The power to rewrite your story. The journey to understand why we keep having the same arguments is a journey into the depths of our own minds. Freud and Jung show us that these repetitive conflicts are not random. They are often echoes of our past and reflections of our unacknowledged inner selves. But here's the empowering truth. Once one understands these hidden dynamics, they gain the power to change them. By bringing the unconscious to light, by integrating their shadow, and by communicating with awareness, one can break free from old patterns. This leads not just to fewer arguments, but to deeper, more authentic, and truly fulfilling relationships. The power to rewrite one's relationship story is within. If this video helped you understand your relationship conflicts better, please hit the like button. It helps us reach more people seeking to transform their connections. Subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into psychology, philosophy, and the fascinating world of human relationships, and we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Have you recognized any of these patterns in your own arguments? What was your biggest insight? Share your experiences and questions. Your participation is vital for our community. See you next time.